What is up, everyone? We're back with a different video. My last video I made was on the data server. If you're wondering, yeah, what's this? Well, obviously it's a MacBook Pro. It's actually my MacBook Pro, but with it being a 2017, with it being the MacBook Pro I've had for years, it's kind of well, the keyboard's kind of gone on it, and you cannot replace the keyboard without taking away the whole thing and replacing the whole entire base. So what I've done is I've gone to my supplier and I've asked them to send me out a new one, a new base, and I've told them to put in a new battery, a different keyboard, so they can stay in here. All I need is the motherboard, the screen and the speakers. The battery can stay in as said. Let's get on with this. It's not actually arriving until like, you know, later on today, the new base, but it's going to take me ages to put everything back in. So I'm just going to record myself stripping it, so hopefully by the time I've recorded myself stripping everything, it will all have arrived by maybe this afternoon. Is disconnect the battery, because obviously if you don't disconnect the battery, well, you kind of fricked on that front. So they use different, okay, these ones are also T5 screws. To be fair, should. The screen is going to be the last thing I take off, mainly because, well, it's going to be the most nitpicky bit of the whole thing. See, the thing is with this, right, this laptop started getting really hot, and I'm worried because obviously this is a CPU. It's the Intel i5 one. There we go. It's made these go quite hot and bend probably a tiny bit. So what I'm going to do is unplug that. I'm guessing this is the fan cable. There you go. So got all these screws here. Fantastic, lovely screws. If you watch my other videos about MacBooks, they were 2017 MacBook Airs, a lot different from the 2017 Pros. Yeah, these are a lot more complicated than the Airs because they kept the same chassis and screws and, you know, everything else for the Airs, so they were dead easy to replace things in, including the keyboard. You could completely remove the keyboard absolutely fine. But these ones, on the other hand, Apple do not like the customer base. So I'm actually, surprisingly, I know I'm a tech company, and you know, I've stripped computers, laptops, MacBooks, everything of the like, including some of the newer MacBooks I've actually stripped. But these models were in the range of being somewhat the hardest. All of the cables, and look at the soldering on that. Whoa. So I'm gonna have to try and get under this to flip that up, then I should be able to just pull it out very gently. Let me guess, this is not a T5, this is probably a T4. No, T5. Of course it's a T5. I absolutely hate the way they've done these, you know. So this, very carefully, just have that there, flip that little door up on there when it wants to, boom. These Apple are the only computers that actually give me anxiety to strip their computers apart. Take it, yeah, these are the speakers, so if you're wondering why it's got a good bass, well, there's your reason. They're also this big because they don't like people going into the computers and swapping parts out. So majority of this is actually just points to hold down the speakers, as you can tell there, how it moves. Actually, you guys can't see that, can you? How it moves there, it's more or less this bit here, that is the speaker, probably more or less there. Why are these not coming out? They always glue everything down. So there you go, look at that. Those two there are the speakers, I've just realised that. Yeah, so those two are speakers and the rest is just to hold the whole thing down. So, we're trying to free the motherboard. We don't care about the battery. The battery's staying inside of the chassis. I can put this down as like a grade C MacBook chassis. Actually no, grade D, because the keyboard's kind of, yeah, fricked. Oh, look at that. You've done the, let me guess, the doors. Okay, no, the doors are, it's fine. Right, I'm going to put that back down. I'm going to unplug it from the motherboard instead. Oh, thank you. I needed that. I don't know how many of these cables I'm going to need to transfer over, but because I don't really know what they're sending me. Is that T5? Yep, T5. Of course it's a T5. I'm so happy I've actually kind of done this today because I wouldn't have had time to do this and transfer over all my stuff. You guys don't even want to know where the SSD is, which is actually that. That is the SSD. There we go, there's another speaker. Okay, so now we've had more free here. Look at that little cable there. Wow. I knew there'd be something hidden like that because of Apple. This is why I went to my golden kit, because this is what I used to replace the screen on the other one. God, why you have to go right there? I'll put that there anyway. Oh, MacBooks don't half stress me out sometimes. This is the new chassis. When I went to my supplier and said to him, can you send me out a new one? Blah, blah, blah. Sent him over all the pictures of my old one. Just to let everyone know, this will be going on my eBay store and my online store if people are interested in buying just a cheap chassis board, because you never know. You might be able to fix that just by buying some new, like a new scissor switch, which will go in there. To be fair, it's an easy fix, but I just prefer to get a new chassis with the battery, the speakers, the fan, everything else, blah, 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 just to save me time. So this will be on my online store. As you can tell, it all still, it all still works. You probably got that little one there which wobbles, but again, just buy a new thingy. So this will be going up for about $39.99, going at a grade D. The reason it's going to be a grade D is because you guys can tell here that there's a little scruff that goes there. If I turn it to the side, I don't know if it'll show up on camera. It won't show up on camera. You can tell on the charging port, it's obviously being used, and everything else. It only will be coming with the battery, the fan, and the speakers. So you will have to source out these parts unless you're using it as a repair. Just take it out your old laptop and pop it in there, and you should be good to go. So yeah, that once I manage to sort all that out, that will be on my online store. It doesn't come with the back plate, e.g. this. So you could probably pick one up for about £5 off eBay, to be honest with you. But it might be decent for someone who's looking just for a quick swap out on something, because it still works and everything. I'm just picky with my PCs, and I just like to have them working as needed. So yeah, so this is everything in there anyway. I've got the new motherboard. Yeah, so I boot tested it. It's on 100% battery. It's 89% health, yeah, but it's 100% battery came in. There's just a small screws need to put in, and a few of the antenna cables, and just neating in some bits and bobs up. So yeah, that's a full PC done. So that's the PC done. I'm going to finish everything up on it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I've got my, actually in the time of recording this, I'm recording my data recovery video. So, I, hope you enjoyed the data recovery video. Anyway guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video if I ever make. See you later everyone.